2022 has been a rough year for investors. The S&P 500 is down 14% since the start of the year, NASDAQ is down 24%, and crypto is down 50% from all-time highs, with many altcoins down significantly more than that. And the scary part about all of this is that many experts are currently saying that the worst is yet to come, that Bitcoin could drop down to $10,000 per coin, the stock market could drop another 50%, and that we should be selling everything and be very concerned right now as an investor. But the interesting thing about all of this is that they're saying one thing, but they're doing the opposite. So in today's video, I want to quickly talk about what whale accounts and institutions are actually doing with their money and what we could take away from this as retail investors. So first thing is that as an investor, you need to be aware of the fact that people who make the most money are those who can withstand bear markets, who can put that fear aside and continue holding positions they believe in long term. So the best strategy to always take is to dollar cost average into stocks, into projects that you believe in long term, and don't worry about drops in the market. Actually be excited about them, because if you believe in a project, let's say Bitcoin at $60,000 per coin, you should still believe in it at $30,000 per coin. So use these drops as an opportunity to get in at better prices, because 5 years from now, you shouldn't be worried, because 5 years from now, whether it's a stock or crypto, should be significantly more. But what we're actually seeing what's going on with big money accounts and whale accounts right now, especially in the crypto market, is that they're doubling down on their positions. They have high conviction in crypto, and what we're seeing is that Luna Foundation just bought an additional $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. They added 37,863 Bitcoin to their position, bringing their total to over $3.5 billion. Now they have the second largest corporate Bitcoin whale account, whale address, only behind MicroStrategy, and they've officially surpassed Tesla. So what does this show us? Well, this shows us that even when there's so much fear among retail investors, whale accounts, you're just using this as an opportunity to get in at better prices. And the interesting thing about Luna is that they have plans of buying a total of $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. So they still have an additional $6.5 billion that they're willing to pour into the market. In addition to Luna, we're seeing another major crypto project, Tron, recently talk about buying Bitcoin and buying crypto themselves as well. So Tron just recently released and launched their official algorithmic stablecoin called USDD. It's officially gone live. And the interesting thing about the project is that their co-founder came out and said that they also have plans of buying $10 billion worth of crypto to add to the reserves of this stablecoin. So much like Luna is buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin and crypto, Tron is going to be doing the same thing for their stablecoin. So if we look at that right there, that is two whale accounts that alone within the next couple of years are going to own $10 billion worth of Bitcoin each. So obviously, they are not worried too much about current market conditions. They're using it to get in at better prices than they could, let's say, a couple years from now. In addition to this, what we're seeing with institutions, companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook are all currently hiring blockchain and crypto positions. All of them have open positions. And we're seeing Google in particular specifically building a Web3 focused team. And in an email recently sent to employees at the company, they said that while Web3 is still in the early stages, the market is demonstrating tremendous potential, with many customers asking to increase support for Web3 and crypto related technologies, and that they're taking notice of this, and they're going to start deploying much more of their resources to this portion of their business. They're going to add new teams in crypto and blockchain, and they're trying to become the number one choice for developers in that space. So what we're seeing is that whale accounts are buying Bitcoin. We're seeing institutions like almost every single tech company right now has open positions for hiring crypto and blockchain experts, and all of these people are continuing to get in the market. So yes, short term there's a lot of fear, but long term the outlook looks better than it ever has before. Next thing is that we're also seeing regulators making very promising developments also, because we've seen that the SEC has green-lighted another Bitcoin futures ETF. They green-lit the Valkyrie Bitcoin futures ETF, and this is like the third or fourth one they have done within the last couple of weeks. The SEC has recently approved the ProShares Bitcoin futures ETF, VanEck Bitcoin futures ETF, and even the Terracums Bitcoin futures ETF. So we're seeing a lot of different Bitcoin products, investment products, be accepted and approved by the SEC, and this should lead to them approving a regular Bitcoin ETF fairly soon. It hasn't happened yet, but ultimately we're seeing that regulations are starting to catch up just a little bit to the state of the current crypto market. And last couple things are going to be what has been going on with Coinbase. So we've talked about Bitcoin, we've talked about crypto, and we've talked about institutions, but I want to quickly talk about NFTs because NFTs, while they have been doing extremely well, we've been seeing the market grow. Coinbase has had a major flop, major failure as of recently, and that was with their Coinbase NFT marketplace. And this is something I want to touch on because there was so much hype built around it. And this video isn't just all about hype and all about good news because there are a couple of things happening that are interesting to say the least. And that is Coinbase, like I said, their marketplace had completely flopped. In the first day, they gained less than 150 users and they opened to the public, and in total they had less than $75,000 worth of sales. So what this shows me is that NFTs aren't struggling, but Coinbase is not going to be, at least in the short term, the place to buy NFTs. They had all these big plans, they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this portion of their business, but it doesn't look like, at least right now, that it's paying off. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about Coinbase's NFT marketplace. Have you used it? Do you have an account on it? What do you think about it? But me personally, I think OpenSea is going to continue to dominate the NFT space. They're going to continue to be the #1 place where people go to for buying NFTs, especially as they start integrating other blockchains like Solana, potentially even Cardano, and other blockchains in the future. So that's what's going on with the overall market. Short term, a lot of fear. Long term, things look really good. Were you about to leave the video without liking, commenting, subscribing maybe? Well, if you were, now's your chance. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we cover all sorts of topics from crypto, NFTs, and what's going on in the tech world.